Hey guys, let's go for the second game that opposes Elyona, our French player on the HAG World Battles, and we have in front of him Corvinus, that is our Hungarian player that plays the Lancaster in a purple. So we have French versus Lancasters, as I said before. It is it is a pretty cool matchup for French, as I said before on Twitch. Don't hesitate to come and see us on Twitch, guys. I do sometimes some English commentaries. This is kind of cool, and also I do some French one because I'm a French content creator. So don't hesitate to go and ask some question if you want. And yeah, don't hesitate to go and check HAG, of course, because this is the association that organizes this show match. This is not a show match exactly, this is more an event. Like, we have 4 countries, 4 players that are gonna face off and see which country wins. We have the France, we have the Hungary, we have the Denmark, and also the Vietnam. So this is very cool. So here, France versus the Hungary, Elyona versus Corvinus. So yeah, this is kind of cool to see the French versus the Lancaster. I feel like the French must go full knights and aggress his opponent, but it's very important to put pressure but to do not lose any units. And yeah, this is kind of the cool, I think, in this matchup. And for the Lancaster, you're forced to do Spearman in that scenario, and this is not really cool. They have a cool Spearman, the Lancasters, because they can debuff the enemy units from -1/-1 armor. So this is cool, but this is not broken. You see what I mean? This is not like the Spearman will destroy everything, and yeah. The cool units with the Lancaster are the yeomen, and if the French goes full knights, then you cannot do those archers because, well, this is full knights, and the full knights will destroy the yeomans. So this is very interesting to have full knights, I feel like, and also because the Lancaster castle and the manors are doing arrow slits damage, and the knights can tank them a lot because they are heavy, but also because they have the chivalry on the School of Cavalry or on any stables. You have this technology that allows you to heal with your knights when they are wounded. So this is very cool. And yeah, you can take a little bit of damage, go back with your knights, heal them, and then go back again, etc. And I'm really sure about this. The main stuff with the French is to do not lose your knights. Use really well your healing, and to try and lose as less as you can some knights. Okay, so we're gonna see the Lancaster castle, of course. This is the landmark of the House of Lancaster and the School of Cavalry. That is very cool. Also with the French, we don't see a lot the Chamber of Commerce. Maybe on some maps like Frisian Marshes, for example. But this is kind of rare, and I really like this landmark. This is kind of sad. Really like the Chamber of Commerce. I really like how it's used with your technologies and stuff like this. So yeah, maybe I'm hoping that they will, I don't know, change a little bit those landmarks that we never see in order to see them more. It could be very cool. I'm wondering also if Elyona will go on the Pro Scout. Is it necessary versus a Lancaster? Lancasters is very good civilization at defending, but not very good at going on the map at the beginning of the game. So Pro Scout is not mandatory to me, but Elyona thinks otherwise. He thinks this is cool to have it. And I mean, yeah, this is kind of nice to have it because you have all your villagers under the TC. They don't have to move on the map. You are not obligated. This is not mandatory to do like outpost or stuff like that in order to defend. So this is less resources and less idle time on your villagers. So this is kind of cool. But you will have a less effective aggression at the beginning of the game because you have fewer knights, of course. If you're producing some scouts and having this pro scout, of course you will not have as much knights as if you do not do so, of course. So this is a little bit sacrificing a timing where you can do a lot of damage for against the last House of Lancaster. We will see exactly how it's going. Very, very good stuff from Corvinus, making here a fast wall in order to protect his villagers. But the Lancaster castle cannot protect your villagers. You cannot put them inside. So Elyona manages to take villagers from this point, and the knights took a lot of damage. I'm really surprised. This is 12 damage. Okay, I underestimated the damage that can do the Lancaster castle, and we can see here a barracks in order to protect those villagers with the spearmen. And yeah, more scouts. We already have 4 of them. Like, this is a lot. And we don't have more knights. We let our opponent do more manors, and this is quite, like, I'm quite worried about what will happen right now for Elyona, because yeah, it's I don't know, it feels like you have to attack a lot the Lancaster in order to avoid them from having a lot of manors and having a lot of passive economy. And this is not the choice of Elyona. He wants to take the economical choice, like, I can produce more than you. This is what Elyona thinks right now. He's saying, okay, you can do your minors, but I have the pro scout. I will produce a lot of units because of that, because I can have a lot of economy. And maybe also he thinks that he can steal all the deers of his opponent. Maybe he's right. Maybe he's right. That's also maybe why he wanted to go on the pro scout, because he's saying, okay, no problem, I'm playing versus Lancaster. He cannot contest my stealing of the deers. So why not? Why not? But it feels like a lot of scouts. Like 6 of them is very, very, very expensive to have. I'm quite surprised also with the archery range. Maybe we can do some rams. This is the point of Elyona, attacking those manors. And yeah, to do not raid as much the villagers. It's more like taking down those manors. I don't know exactly how I feel about this. Maybe killing villagers is enough, and letting the manors alive is okay, but I'm not sure. Very interesting here from Corvinus. You can see here that he's putting some fire camps everywhere on the map, so he can see everything exactly on this point. And this is quite cool, because he can see, like, oh, okay, there is a scout here, there is a knight that is coming into my base, so he knows exactly what to do to contest his opponent. So that's very nice for them. I don't know how much it costs. Okay, 25 wood. We have 5 manors, and we also want to have the 9 of them, because we have the technology. Be careful with this knight, Elyona, you don't want to lose it. And yeah, it feels like the timing of aggression is kind of over right now. It's too late for Elyona to aggress his opponent. I don't know how you feel about this, but if he went a little bit more on the heavy cavalry at the beginning of the game, he could force more spearmen, he would have less manors, he could kill like 2 or 3 villagers, and the pro scout would be approximately the same, like a little bit delayed, but it's not horrible to have a delayed pro scout. I don't know, it's pretty difficult to know exactly. Maybe also he didn't have that much sheep under the TC, so it's kind of important to have. We have some archers here in order to deal with the spearmen. Okay, yeah, it will do very well with those spearmen. Do we have an archery range? No, not yet. But we have like, ooh, we have 7 manors. This is a lot of manors. We lost a scout here. We can kill those spearmen. Elyona takes a bad fight, loses another scout. Quite difficult. We can be safe under the manors here from Corvinus. We have to let those deer stolen from Elyona. Another kill here from Elyona, very nice. And also we have a passive bonus here from the French. We have more villagers than our opponent because the town center produces faster the villages. 17 seconds against 20 seconds for other civilizations. So this is kind of cool. Oh, be careful with those spearmen. We are losing another scout. We only have 3 of them left. The villagers here are, the archers, sorry, are under attack. And the villagers here too. 5 kills from Elyona. Very well done. Very, very cool. Okay, I'm a little bit for Elyona, of course, guys, because you understand it. I'm a French content creator, so I'm for the France here, of course. Go, Elyona. Show him what you got. We have the ranged armor. Very, very interesting because we are going to dive under those manors. And yeah, now Corvinus, it feels like he's gonna do like archers, yeah, and a lot of spearmen and defend the aggression of Elyona. What is very, yeah, this is quite, and maybe that's also the reason of the pro scout of Elyona. Those demi lancers are horrible to deal with if you are on the map. Like if you are on the map and you don't have the pro scout, it feels like very, very difficult. The demi lancers are very, very nice versus those archers. The archers of Elyona are trying to snipe those spearmen. They are doing quite good in order to do that. Yeah, this is a quite good fight for Elyona. Be careful with those battering rams that are under attack from those demi lancers. Very good fight from Elyona here. Very nice. He kills a lot of archers and a lot of spearmen to his opponent. Very, very nice. He's attacking now under the TC. Be careful. This is very tough because all the villagers can go inside this TC and destroy all his knights. The knights have so few HP. You have to heal them right now because, yeah, this will be very difficult. He has the technology that allows him to heal those knights. He has to wait a little bit before going again in a fight. And what is very interesting with the French is that you can do a lot of damage to your opponent, kill some units, or maybe injure them, and your knights can heal from their wounds. So what is very, very interesting is that you do not lose your units while your opponent is losing them. So as you can see here, as destroyed value, you can have a lot of destroyed value from Elyona, 2,800. So this is a lot. And Corvinus manages only to take 1,300 of resources to Elyona. So this is very good fights from Elyona, but be careful because look at the economy of the Lancasters. This is a very good one, but it feels like Elyona have a better one. So maybe Elyona can do something about this. But the H3 can be done also from Corvinus. The charge of the cavalry here. And be very careful because of these arrow slits that are on the manors. The archers are going to take down all the spearmen from the enemy. And very good fight here from Corvinus, trying to defend from his opponent. But there are no spearmen left. Only 4 of them, 3. But the heavy cavalry have trouble to deal with those archers because this is a very weird spot to fight. The battering rams are destroying those manors, and the manors are trying to destroy all these archers. Very good fight from Elyona. A lot of cavalry are very, very low HP. He can kill a lot of heavy cavalry very, very fast with those archers. This is a pretty too far dive, I feel like, from Elyona, but I'm not sure because a lot of villagers have troubles to gather resources. This is a lot of idle time also for Corvinus. This is very, very, very good from Elyona. Very good. He kills a lot of villagers here. We have some villagers that goes out of the TC. And yeah, the battering rams are destroyed right now. It feels like, yeah, Elyona lost all his army, but destroyed so much value from his opponent. And now the main issue from Corvinus. What is the main issue of Corvinus? Is that he doesn't have any food under his TC. Now he's forced to go on the berries or on the wood, and this is kind of difficult. because Elyona is on the deers. Elyona didn't take any of those deers. This is quite surprising. There are a scout here. There is a scout here. Elyona continues to build some units. How many manors do we have? We have 7 of them. 7 of them. So 2 manors down from this aggression from Elyona, and also 16 workers. This feels like a lot. This is a very good aggression from Elyona. Now what he has to do is continue to push his opponent, continue to do some damage. But it feels like he can also try to steal those deers. Maybe he didn't sow the deers of his opponent. That's why he didn't took those. He didn't sow that there were deers here. Oh, this is not cool for him. This is really not cool, because this is a very, very important, very important information. Be careful about this fight. There are a lot of spearmen here. They can destroy very fast those knights. Yeah, we lost a lot of knights here from Elyona. This is not a good fight. Another knight goes down. Yeah, you have to go back. You have to do more units here. Okay, he forces this fight. This is kind of strange, but the knights are able to deal with those spearmen. Be careful, Elyona. Your knights are very, very low again. They have so few HP. Elyona feels like he has to push his opponent, or the late game would be very difficult. But it seems like it's kind of okay right now, because the knights that are remaining have a lot of HP. Kills a lot of villagers, doing a lot of idle time, but during this idle time all the manors are still working. This is what is very, very strong also with the Lancaster. Even if you are dealing with all his villagers, all the manors are still producing some resources, and you lose a lot of units under those manors. So yeah, what is kind of tough also for Elyona is that there is not a lot of resources left on the map. Yeah, 28 kills. This is a lot. It feels like Elyona should just regroup his units here and wait a little bit, like produce as much as he can, doing like 4 rams and ram all those buildings down. Is it possible? I don't know. Maybe he can try also to take this boar. This is kind of cool. And also he is not afraid anymore about the Lancaster, because there is no demi-lancers left. And this is what felt like very difficult versus the Lancaster. It's that you are kind of forced to do the professional scout because of those demi-lancers. But now they are gone. It feels like you can take the boar, you can take all the resources of the map and not be afraid of your opponent attacking you. More archers coming down. More heavy cavalry. Yeah, he don't want to go. He doesn't want to go on the boar. This is quite surprising too. We also have the scout here. And this scout, if he goes here, this is golden for Elyona, but this is kind of sad to do not have seen this. And maybe Corvinus is like, why didn't he took all these years? Some farms here from Corvinus, and this is very difficult from him. You can see here he has trouble to recover from this, to build some army. Elyona, who is pushing with some rams right now. This is very, very nice from him. Some rams that can take down all the manors of this map. This is very, very cool. One that will go down very fast. As you can see, the army value is very in favor from Elyona. We have like twice the army of the opponent. Be careful with those archers that cannot... Yeah, we're gonna also fire those manors. Be careful from those archers. We are gonna dive in, go inside this this army of his opponent. Be careful with all those spearmen. The spearmen can do a lot of damage to those knights, but it's kind of okay. It's an okay fight. We are gonna ram some manors, some more manors. And yeah, this is quite a difficult one from Elyona because the Spearman deals very, very nice with those knights right now. Yeah, this is a... The manors are dealing so much damage. It feels like very, very strong. Even if you have knights, even if you have the +1 ranged armor, even if you have so many stuff to deal with this, it still does a lot of damage. And I'm really surprised about this. Elyona, who is gonna try and find another point of aggression. No, he's gonna go for the Lancaster castle, maybe. And I'm wondering if he destroys the Lancaster castles, does it destroy the arrow slit from all the manors? I'm wondering that. It feels like the game is over right now and Corvinus cannot deal with the army of Elyona. This is too difficult. And yeah, the French is kind of good civilization versus the Lancaster, it feels like. A lot of villagers are going here. Maybe they're gonna go for the boar. I don't know. This is kind of a strange move from Corvinus. The castle will go down. Yeah, it feels over, but... Yeah, he manages to take down a lot of knights thanks to his spearmen. Okay, we have villages that are very close from each other. And yeah, it does take down the arrow slit. Yeah, it does take down the arrow slit from those manors. They do not fire anymore. If you destroy the Lancaster castle, the manors doesn't fire anymore. This is very interesting to know that. Because if the Lancaster castle is easy to destroy, then all the manors cannot fire anymore and cannot do any damage to your units. Elyona manages to take this one from Corvinus. Very interesting game, very, very cool. Guys, if you liked it, don't hesitate to go and watch HAG, because we are creating a lot of events on AoE4 and this is very, very cool. Now this is 1-1 Elyona versus Corvinus. The last game will be very, very soon, guys. See you in the next one. Bye.